Jurgen, what was your assessment of that?
Really pleased with big parts of the game. First half, controlling, creating, not finishing the situations off, but we saw obviously, for analyzed reasons, a couple of games of them, especially the last game against City. You could see that City couldn't create chances like they usually do. It was from counter-pressing, direction, winning balls deep, and counter-attacking themselves or quick attacks. And so we were prepared for that. We knew that they closed the center extremely well. But I couldn't respect more what Mark was doing there, because they had to make 5 changes from the last game. Before that game already they had injuries, so that's a really tough task. And this is super. This team is set up in a sensational way, really good, really good. It caused a lot of problems, but we could have scored more often. Penalty I like a lot because it's a counter-pressing situation. Darwin is fully in the situation and gets a pen for that, and Mo finished it off good as well. If you then don't close the game early, then you have to fight until the end, and we needed Ali obviously. The last situation, I think, of finishes was sensational save, and he was really happy about the clean sheet more than anybody, and so yeah. 5 games wins in a row is super difficult. If that would be easy, everybody would do it. We would have done it earlier. Feels like it's ages ago that we did it, and probably it is. And the more I like it, to be honest.
That was Darwin's first start for 6 games tonight. Did you get what you wanted to see from him, what you've been working on with him?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think for us it's super important. You could see in the beginning, defending the center against Fulham is really important, because Palhinha is there and the one that's there, connector, get on the ball. So we were a bit too early out there from Darwin. We tried to fix that again, but he was like a racehorse, go for everybody. We opened up that's where we struggled slightly, where they could control it for moments, but we could sort that. But apart from that, he played a really good game. He was always a proper option for us. We needed that. One of the main things we had to do tonight is offer in behind. We had 3 really quick players there. I like the situation pretty early in the game when Mo receives the ball deep and chips it in behind, and Darwin can go there. Don't know exactly anymore what was the result of that, but maybe a corner or stuff like this, which is good as well. So yeah, he played a good game.
Andy?
You've not been able to field that front 3 very often this season. I think it's only the 5th time you've been able to do it. Did you see what you wanted from them as a combination?
Yeah, I thought that. Well, we should not forget. You can see with Lewis that after 30 minutes, stuff like this, you can see it's really tough for him. It's tough for everybody. We play a lot of games, and we had a discussion with the coaches. Is it who shall we rest? Is it Cody? Is it because Diogo couldn't train again? So I hope tonight. I think in the first situation he's on the pitch. I think the first one is again a knock in the back. I hope that's now better, because he has a proper bruise at the ribs. Yeah, so it's really painful. Everybody had that before, knows that. So shall he start? Cody, bam, 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 how do we do it? And that was the outcome, this lineup. And I thought he did for long spells really well. How I said, Darwin, like a racehorse, really motivated, really on fire. Yeah, and that's important to us and all of them. When Diogo and Cody came on, they were really in the defense. We were extremely involved, and we had then a few sensational situations where the last pass didn't go through Curtis to Mo, stuff like this, where everything is nearly perfect. And then the last pass, it's like on the foot, it's only an inch in the end. It's maybe half a meter, but yeah, there we could have done better, but that's fine. No, I like what I saw.
Tom?
You mentioned Ali. For all the dips before the team has had in general, Ali's probably been the most consistent player all season.
Yeah.
And that's just that performance tonight sort of reflected the boys and all year.
Absolutely. Said a couple of times, he was really touched that we got a clean sheet tonight. It's that long ago. Yeah, and he kept a clean sheet for us. So especially in that situation, there were a few others, but especially in that situation. So yeah, he's for sure the most consistent player we have this season. That's actually not bad news. It's good news, because if we are not in a great shape and the level of the goalie drops as well, then we would have been completely lost. So that's fine. But a lot of moments were really good tonight. But then there are moments, obviously, where we still have to adapt to the setup. You can see that when Trent cannot be everywhere. So it's not that he can be in midfield and the next situation is directly in the right back position. That has to be covered by Ibu. And there were a few situations where Ibu was a bit too far away, and then they could turn and could have the attack. And we have things to improve, definitely. But in a lot of moments, it looked already really good.
Dave.
I just wonder how satisfying it is that you've actually you've done the hard work tonight and got the result. Something that happened all the time last season, but this season.
Super satisfying, super satisfying. That's exactly what you want. So I'm going to ask a question. If I feel not great about the chances we missed, not really, because I know the boys can score goals, but we have to fight for a result. And the situation we are in is when you're 1-0 up and the watch is at 87 minutes. It's not that you think, okay, we will bring that home. It is a little bit, because we had our history this year. And you think, okay, there's maybe another opportunity for them. That's the situation. You have to build this confidence again. So, and to start with a 1-0, then getting it over the line with a big fight is obviously super helpful.
Chris, last one.
Yeah. No, we had a conversation, and he is obviously he wanted to keep he wanted to stay the penalty taker, and then we had a normal conversation about it. And I said, okay, yeah, you are. If you don't feel great in that moment, and that's what he said. If I don't feel right in that moment, because the pressure obviously increased with penalties you miss, then Fab or Trent or whoever is then 2 and 3, I give the ball to them. But that's now. It's he smashed what is that, the jigsaw or whatever, the destiny again, and turned it around. So this today was a super penalty, I would say. That's really clear. So I think with all the goals Mo scored, we cannot just judge it with normal 2 missed, go away from it. That's what I meant when I said we will talk about it. But I know that you understand when I say we'll talk about it, they're telling me we are off. But it was a conversation between 2 grown-up men. Yeah, he enjoys these situations. So the problem is, before he missed a pen, we didn't have for 28 games or so. So how can you? So we train that, obviously. We have people for it, but that's it. A special situation. You cannot. 28 weeks is like 4 years roundabout. It's like for forever, and you cannot remember any kind of pattern, stuff like this. It's just you go there and then you miss it. You can still finish it off, but then you miss it, and that is doesn't feel great. So this little break after the second, the Arsenal pen, the talk, the conversation, like shake it off if you want, and go from there. I think that's absolutely the right thing to do.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Good night.